Hey everybody, today I want to talk about a cool activity or a project that you could do with your students on scale factor. A lot of times kids don't understand what scale factor is, or most of the time, or when it could be used, but as they move into high school or possibly college, they'll see that there's sometimes some projects or instances where they're going to have to enlarge something or dilate it, or sometimes shrink things down, especially in real life if they ever go to enlarge or shrink a photograph of some sort. So this is a cool little project. Gives them some appreciation for people that work in graphic design, architects, map makers, and all that. So I'll give you a rundown of how you can execute this with your kids, and even a way to modify it for your special ed students as well. All right, here we go. So yes, that is yours truly. What we're going to do is that this could be for more of the upper middle school, high school type of activity, but I will show you how you could do this with the younger grades. So what you could do is have your kids bring in a picture of themselves. I would highly advise them not to use or bring in a picture that is has a lot going on. Maybe something of like a self-portrait or a selfie, as they call it nowadays. So what you're going to first have them do is take their picture, and then with a marker or some sort that's pretty dark, you're going to have them draw 1/2 inch, and this isn't going to be drawn to scale, marks running up and down. So you have your y-axis here, your vertical lines going up and down like this, right? And as I said, this is not drawn to scale, all right? So it's basically going to section off each part of the picture, all right? And then you'll draw along your x-axis here, same thing, 1/2 inch, okay? All right. I've also done this in the past with candy wrappers, Skittles bags, M&M bags, anything that's like that size, that rectangular shape. But rather than using 1/2 inch, you may want to use 1/4 inch, since it's a smaller type of image. All right, and then from here, what you're going to have them do is you can either, as a teacher, set what the scale factor will be, saying that you want them to enlarge it by 2 inches, 3 inches. You can even get fancy by saying 1.5 inches. And then on some poster board or a larger piece of paper, you're going to have them enlarge this. All right, so you're going to use a scale factor of whatever you set it as, and then enlarge it. And then this way they can put it on the poster, color it in. A lot of times it's almost like a puzzle piece. You could even go that way and make a puzzle that they could come back and do later on, like after a test or quiz. They can share the puzzle with somebody else, and then they have to put it together. There's a lot of different options here. All right, and what I want to show you next is how you could do this with your special ed students, or maybe the younger grades. All right, so what you can do is you can easily go on Google Images and find any type of image of like an animal, a building, or something like that. And if you type in whatever you're looking for, in this case I typed in bear coloring page, and you can see it's not as busy as the photograph is. All right, you just got those solid lines. So you could give this to the kids. You could even go make it even more modified by providing the blocks for them. This case there might be some white space, which is fine, as you'll see here in some of these corners. But once again, draw your lines in. You may even want to go as with 1 inch instead of 1/2 inch, so there's less for them to copy over. And then same thing as we did with the photograph. They could simply enlarge it, put it on a poster board. They even can go as far as to color it in. And I did this a couple years with the Skittles wrappers, and the what I got back from the kids was amazing. It was unbelievable. I actually let them choose the scale factor, but they did such a great job with it. So I hope this is helpful for you. I hope you find it interesting. I'm sure the kids will love it. This is something you could do as a project over the course of a couple days, but it definitely has that real-world application that the kids could appreciate for people that work with this all the time.